Teacher Talking Sports, what does, what do, how we living. I've been previewing all the NBA postseason matchups, did all the first round matchups, and yesterday I did the Cavs versus Pacers. That was the first second round matchup we found out. Now we found out the other Eastern Conference Semifinal matchup after Jalen Brunson with the game winner three-pointer, and the Knicks move on to face the Boston Celtics. Now, let me just preface by saying that for all of these, I give a prediction, except if it involves the Knicks. You can see behind me, Knicks banner. You can see currently I'm wearing a Knicks shirt. So I'm definitely very biased. I'm a diehard Knicks fan, so I am not going to predict this series. But again, at the end of the video, I'd love to hear your predictions, but let's get into it. So this was during the regular season. The Celtics did finish 10 games better, second seed in the East. Knicks were the third seed in the East. Celtics a year after finishing with the best offensive rating in NBA history didn't decline much in that, and still a stellar defense as well. Clearly one of the three best regular season teams, along with the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Knicks, while they had a very good regular season, it's been talked about ad nauseum how they just could not defeat one of those three aforementioned teams. They went 0-10 against the Cavs, Celtics, and Thunder. So, I'll get into the odds at the end, but safe to say that, I'm going to say that the Celtics are pretty heavy favorites, but again, you just never know. Let's take a look at the starters. So these are their playoff averages. So points per game, rebounds per game, assists per game, steals per game, blocks per game. Of course, as I mentioned, Jalen Brunson, the game winner in Game 6 to secure the first round victory over the Detroit Pistons, and averaged 31.5 points per game, allowing Knicks to reminisce about Bernard King in the early to mid 80s when he was putting up 30-point games frequently in the playoffs. But Mikal Bridges had a couple off games, really slow starts, maybe came on late, but was huge in Game 6 for the Knicks, including a tip-in that tied the game. OG Anunoby, of course, his role was impossible to shut down one of the better players, so didn't shut down Cade Cunningham, but definitely made his life difficult, and Cade Cunningham went 0 from downtown in Game 6. Karl-Anthony Towns, very inconsistent opening round series. Game 4 had some humongous shots to help the Knicks get their comeback victory. Last night only had 10 points, although had 15 rebounds. We'll see. Of course, it's got to be all hands on deck. Really, all the Knicks are going to have to play their A games if they want any chance, because I've already mentioned the season how they haven't defeated one of the better teams. 0-4 against the Celtics, outscored by 16 points per game. The fourth game was close, although Jaylen Brown left that game with injury. So we'll see, if any changes are made, because the Celtics just dominated them from the three-point territory. Of course, the Celtics both made and attempted the most threes ever in a season. Jrue Holiday only played 2 games in the opening round series against the Magic, which they won in 5 games due to hamstring injury. I'm guessing he'll be ready for Game 1, which will take place on Monday. But Jason Tatum was just phenomenal in those last 3 games, well over 30 plus in each of them, and 1 in 5 games despite a very subpar series from Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis was injured for much of last year's postseason. Really did not shoot the ball well at all against the Magic, but again, Celtics are such a good team that, against the Magic team that's solid but not spectacular, it didn't make much of a difference. But a lot of interesting matchups. Of course, Bridges and Anunoby definitely will be glued on Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. And, just the Knicks really have to defend that 3-point line better than they did in any of their previous matchups against the Celtics. Now, the Knicks bench was seen as a weakness through much of the season, and that didn't change much in that. In their first round matchup against the Pistons, campaign was super clutch in game one. Against the Pistons, Mitchell Robinson had a dominant game 5. Other than that, not much. Deuce McBride, my boy, but didn't really do much in this series. Kind of struggled. Landry Shamet actually didn't play in the last 2 games, I believe. I think he played in the first 4, and I think he played 1 minute in game 4. Tom Thibodeau, Thibs, definitely known for shortening his rotations in the playoffs, and Thibodeau did not even play Precious Achiuwa. For all these, though, I mentioned 5 guys off the bench. I'm including Achiuwa. The Celtics have a lot of size, Porzingis, and, you see Cornette and Horford off the bench. So you wonder, Achiuwa is an undersized center, but you wonder if he dusts them off and he receives some minutes. If I had to guess, I'd say no, unless, injury or foul trouble. But we'll see. Al Horford, ageless wonder, still providing excellent value as he approaches the age of 40. Peyton Pritchard, 6th man of the year. Not exactly his best series in the playoffs, but, had his great moments against the Knicks in the regular season. Luke Cornette definitely has played more of a role than he did in last year's postseason. Horford started 4 of the 5 games because of injuries to Holiday. Tatum missed a game. And Torrey Craig, not really a guy that's expected to play much, played in garbage time for the Celtics in a couple games. So really, Celtics are going to go 9 deep. The Knicks 8, maybe 9. We'll see, how it goes. And, of course, it could change as the series goes along. So let's take a look right now at DraftKings Sportsbook to see the series odds. Just got home from work, so haven't looked until now. So we got series markets. The Celtics are minus 800. Knicks plus 550, and it's understandable because the Celtics obviously dominated the regular season matchup, as I mentioned yesterday. Actually, yesterday I mentioned the Cavs were minus 400. They're minus 425 now, but the Celtics even bigger favorites against a New York Knicks team that just had a complete battle with the Detroit Pistons, pretty much every game except really game 1, going down to the wire. Incredible series. I'm happy the Knicks prevailed for sure. Again, not going to predict this series because I'm a diehard Knicks fan, but let me know in the comments who you got winning this series. And how many games. I'm excited. Game 1 is Monday. Not much shown by the Knicks in the regular season to make you believe they can win this matchup, but you just never know. Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.